Hi, I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of SWTV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show. This is the time of the year when cold and flu viruses are prevalent. And according to health officials, enteric illnesses such as the Norovirus are also common. The Dr. Noble Irwin Regional Healthcare Foundation is giving you the chance to win some money while assisting healthcare in southwest Saskatchewan. The Swift Current Centennial Committee is looking for entertainers to perform during the homecoming weekend in June. Thanks for joining us here today. With numerous cases of the Norovirus reported across the region, proper hand hygiene comes into play. This is the time of the year when cold and flu viruses are prevalent. And according to health officials, enteric illnesses such as the Norovirus are also common, as seen in a recent outbreak at the Prairie Pioneers Lodge in Swift Current. An illness which can happen abroad and close to home.
Oh yeah, and we get a lot of it every year, especially in the wintertime. We get a lot of people down with norovirus, and when you've experienced it, it's something you don't forget. It's, as the description very appropriately goes, the diarrhea is explosive. So you have to be very careful and maintain your hydration because you can lose a lot of fluids in a very short time. Thankfully, for most cases, they are resolved within 24 to 48 hours, but those 24 to 48 hours can be quite eventful.
The culprit behind the norovirus is simple. It's poor hygiene. Fecal matter left on one's hands, and failing to wash your hands properly before preparing meals or touching other hard surfaces will not only put you at risk for becoming ill, but others as well.
It's always an ongoing challenge because if you look at your daily activities, how many surfaces you touch and door handles and all that sort of thing, it's very easy to pick up an infection. It's very easy to deposit an infection.
Frequent and proper hand washing with soap and water, while reciting the ABCs, is a good measure of the amount of time required for a thorough cleansing, all assisting in preventing the spread of a range of viruses. The Dr. Noble Irwin Regional Healthcare Foundation has come up with a new fundraiser, and it could put more money in your pocket. We have more in this report. What would you do with an additional $500 each week? The Dr. Noble Irwin Regional Healthcare Foundation is giving you the chance to win some money while assisting healthcare in southwest Saskatchewan. The first annual Swift Current Business Employee Lottery is set to start in July and offers individuals the chance to buy a $130 ticket up front, or have the cost deducted at a rate of $5 per paycheck throughout the year. And with only 400 tickets sold, your odds of winning are that much greater. Clay Thompson is the executive director for the foundation and says they've already seen success in this area from other lotteries in place.
First time we were sort of stumbled onto the project, it was we were at a meeting in Ottawa through the Association of Healthcare Philanthropy, and there was a foundation, a hospital foundation in Nova Scotia, I believe it was, that were doing this with their staff, and a staff of about 500 employees, and they indicated it would, besides being a pretty good fundraiser for the cause, the staff had an awful lot of fun with it. So we made the proposal to the health region. Beth Vachon and her group were really excited about it and said, yeah, let's give it a shot. And again, so over we're into our third year of it this year. And 2012 and 13, we've managed to contribute back about $75,000 worth of equipment.
Thompson adds the employee lottery is one of several fundraisers the foundation will be involved with this year, including the annual golf tournament and the radiothon.
We thought this is something that appeals or should appeal to just about everyone. I mean, if they're employed, $5 a paycheck is not a big deal. And at an opportunity to win $500 a week, odds are pretty good too.
Anyone interested in coming on board with the Swift Current Business Employee Lottery can contact the Foundation office. 2014 marks the 15th year for the Dr. Noble Irwin Regional Healthcare Foundation. And over the years, it's allocated approximately $12 million into healthcare facilities across the Southwest.
We try to get as much as possible in the community as with player appearances. Kind of like go reading to elementary schools, and I like that one quite a bit because it's amazing how big an influence we have on the youth in the community, because their eyes just light up when we walk in and start reading books and stuff like that. So it kind of like influences the game of hockey on them. Like maybe someone who would have thought of playing hockey might join a local club, so it's it's pretty special. I was raised grew up with a great group of kids. Yeah, it was always a competition to get the highest grades, and and that just carried on to like recess and stuff, and who could score the most touchdowns and stuff like that. So being around that environment with that group of friends absolutely helped me translate into hockey, right away. Always trying to be the best person you can be. I was down in New York and sitting in the chair, so just kind of waiting for your name to get called, and luckily it was that high, and luckily it was to the Blue Jackets. Quickly hugged my mom and dad, and it's kind of a blur actually, because you're just so hyped up, and you just try to cherish it as much as possible. Any player who goes through that NHL draft year, it's a year that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. It's there's a lot of pressure, and you always have to be on the ball. Being able to come back here and kind of give that experience to the guys who are going to go through it this year, and just to show them the ways, it feels good. Sochi, Russia, where the Olympics are being held this year, I went with the U18 team and won gold there. So just being able to say that, went to the place where the Olympics are being held is, pretty cool. It's just everything's just more emphasized instead of, supporting a town, you're supporting the whole country, and being able to represent Canada was an unbelievable experience and kind of like speechless. The players that play on this team, they have such good attitudes, and they're all unique and different, so there's always something going on in the dressing room, and guys will put water bottles underneath the helmets, and tape sticks together so guys are late for practice or stuff like that. So you really get that team identity and those strong bonds. Yeah, I just love them like family.
2014 is a year of celebration for the city of Swift Current, and the Centennial Committee is looking for your participation on stage. Can you sing, dance, juggle? The Swift Current Centennial Committee is looking for entertainers to perform during the homecoming weekend in June. This exciting weekend coincides with Frontier Days and builds on the city's centennial celebration through 2014.
Part of the homecoming celebrations is really celebrating our own arts as well, and so the homecoming artist is what we're kind of after, and there's a visual art component that's going to be happening, and we've invited visual artists to take part, and now we put out a call for performing artists, and by performing artists I mean performing artists of all kinds, musicians. Doesn't matter whether you sing or play music or have a band, but also if you dance or you're a comedian or whatever you like, we're interested in considering you for a stage. What's kind of exciting is this is a sort of multi-dimensional weekend, so there's several stages, I think about 6 in total.
Outtailing adds that any individual or group interested in performing during the homecoming weekend should get their application in immediately.
And then get a performance profile, what they do, what kind, what they expect from a gig, and maybe even an idea of needs or fees, that kind of a thing. And then when we get some examples or some performers we want to talk to, then the committee will be calling them.
The homecoming weekend is scheduled for the end of June, welcoming past and present residents of Swift Current to celebrate Swift Current Centennial. Interested entertainers for the various stage performances are asked to contact the Art Gallery of Swift Current or the Ag and X office by March the 17th. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.